Hi, welcome back to Ponderosa Garden Adventures. I'm Sharon.
I'm Mark.
Today we're going to talk about an area of our yard, Paradiso, that is in the very back part of our yard. We've got a very large backyard. If you haven't been here before, we garden here in Southern California, Zone 10. If you've been here before, thanks and welcome back. We want to talk about putting in irrigation. We have irrigation here on our property, but it's an old system. It is not on a manifold and automated. It is PVC pipe and supply line and run with ball valves that we manually turn on and off. We do have zones, but so we're not ready yet for the expense of putting in the full-blown water system. But what we have decided is that any new area that we develop, we're going to put in irrigation to that area. We're going to have a hose bib timer and ball valves to be able to control the water, and that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, so we've already got the timer in. We replaced this old plastic valve with a new and better one. We have a hose coming out of here. This is going to be a hose link eventually. And this is the new system that goes down here, and it's going to go back along the back fence for the asparagus, for the watermelon, for the squash patch, and then we have another line that comes off of here, goes back. It will water this hedge here of potato bushes, avocado bush, a watermelon patch here, and then another line that goes all the way over here to the brand new pumpkin and melon container here at the base of this arch. So that's all going to go in today, and by the end of the day the goal is to have irrigation to this whole area. Oh, there is also a willow tree here, so we'll do a little ring around the willow tree. First thing I'm going to do here is run a line from here all the way back, half-inch line, and then I will take for each bed area, I'm going to do a separate irrigation system with 1/4 inch. All right, let's get started. In this clip, I'm burying the main supply line from the main valve to the pumpkin planter that we just set up with the arch. And we're not burying it too deep, just 3 or 4 inches, just deep enough so that it doesn't get stepped on or tripped over, but not deep enough so that we can easily dig it up and make any repairs if necessary. We have found that consistency is the key when it comes to irrigation in this zone, because we have long, hot, dry spells. We go months without any measurable rain, and you really can't rely on hand watering because it's not the same amount every time and it's not on the consistent schedule. Once you've got irrigation in, a system of drip hoses and things set up so that the irrigation would just be turnkey. Right. And then we're putting timers on all of our irrigation systems so that we don't have to remember to turn them on and off. In this clip, we are taking a branch off that line that I just buried, and we're putting a inline valve on it, and then a drip line from there that we are going to distribute around the inside of the planter. Paradiso is kind of our big project for this year, and we have other videos of putting up the pumpkin arch and things like that. So we decided it was important to get irrigation in there.
Right. The key, I think, is versatility, because we've got several different areas. We've got microclimates throughout our yard where we've got some, morning sun and afternoon shade and vice versa. And so we really need to have that flexibility. And also the crops that we grow, the things we grow, crop sounds like we're producing so much more. We're really, home gardeners. But like, for example, when you get to a certain point on watermelon or on fruit trees, you want to turn off and water less so that that fruit can really sweeten up. So we need to be able to have control over each of the beds and how much water is coming through, and whether, we don't want water going there at all. Or maybe we've got a raised bed that we're not planting in, and so we don't want to waste water by watering that bed. So flexibility and versatility is really a key thing for us as well.
We've got a line coming from the timer, and we've got a T here. We're going this way, and now this goes behind, well, actually goes through the fence and on up behind this 2x4. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. All the way down, and then there's a branch coming up from the other side. Comes from that end all the way down here. Branch coming up here to the watermelons, and then it runs along this path, and it ends right here. So this is as far as we're going to get on this round. And so what I'm going to do now is dig this in and trench this area right here. All right, last task for the day to get this 20-foot feeder hose all the way down the back side here. We are finishing up this irrigation project. Right now we are working on the asparagus patch, and we have just 5 plants left, 4 of them lined up against the fence and then 1 over here. So we're just going to take a soaker hose and wind it around each of the asparagus plants. I'm going to pin down the last one now, and then I got to push the mulch back. All right, so again, this is soaker hose, so it's going to leak water from all the way around here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the end of this one. We need to attach it to the supply line. So I'm going to punch a hole in the supply line in a minute. Make sure this reaches all the way there. Perfect. So this is just going to go into the end of the soaker hose like this. It really helps to be doing this on a warm day like today. We're just going to make a hole right in the top right there. We are getting water supply here. Alright, so the plan is to do this area, which is what we call the melon patch. We're going to do this next, but we're actually planting green beans along the front edge here, but we might plant some melons or something else later. And so on this one, I'm actually going to put a valve so that we can shut off the flow to this whole area if there's nothing planted here, or if we want to promote growth of the fruit. And then I'll use this drip line to do just this front edge for now, and then we can add irrigation as we plant more stuff back here. So that's the plan. First thing we're going to do is tap this into this supply line. Helps to do this on a warm day because they slide on so much easier when it's about 80 degrees, about 27 degrees Celsius. And now we're going to tap in here and take the line from here and go up that way. Gotta make sure we know which ends. So this is the end, the goof plug, and this is the connector that will go into here. Got it. There we go. Now we're just gonna feed this under. So this is the last area, the squash patch, where we usually have zucchini and butternut squash, but this year we're doing artichokes and cantaloupe. And so we have a lot of individual plants in some containers, so we're going to do individual drippers on all these plants and just do a 1/4 inch supply line. I'm going to put a valve in over here so we can shut it off, and then just do individual 1/4 inch lines to these different plants with a dripper on each plant. Okay, so for these last 3 plants in the ground, I'm going to use this dripper hose. It's a hose that has little, you can see there's a little hole here. There's a little dripper right there. And these are about every 6 or 8 inches apart. So I'm going to start off at the supply line at the fence, go around the artichoke, and then these 2 cantaloupe here. water coming out of there, so we are set to go.
All right.
We're gonna turn on the valve. Okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. Ooh, so far so good. I'm hearing
Light dripping.
I hear light dripping, but no gushing.
No gusher.
No dripping there. Let's see if there's water coming out of any of these dripper hoses.
Open it up a little.
Here's the dripper hose for... Oh, I never showed this. Okay, so quick review of what Sharon's been doing today. Here's the dripper hose. I hear it now.
Yeah, it's gonna.
There it is. There it is.
We've got a lot of line.
Oh yeah, it's dripping. Oh, you got a lot of good pressure. Okay, there's a lot coming out now, but once I get mine on,
yeah,
I think the pressure will go down. Yeah.
Out of this one. This was one we reused. Oh, it's dripping.
Yeah.
All right, 2 for 2. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so this is good. So check this out. This one is not going because.
There we go.
See, and I can control how much goes through on this valve too. So
that's really nice. That's sweet. Okay, and there you go.
This is a big moment.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this for a long time. And then so year after year, all of a sudden it's August, and I'm like, well, you know,
we'll have time in the off season.
Yeah, season's almost over. Let's not. We got bigger fish to fry. All
right, well, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm thrilled that we were able to get all that done in one day. It was a lot of work, but in the end, it's really been an amazing change for us. It's working beautifully. It's the results are incredible. If you've been following along on Instagram or on our shorts, the progress on the watermelon and the pumpkins and the corn, we've had the best success we've ever had growing those, and so I'm just thrilled with that. Yeah, we have big plans for this area. This is going to be an area we wanted to get the irrigation taken care of. We did definitely want to keep our melon patches and the corn patches and kind of those larger crops back here. But we also have plans for finishing up my potting area, which we've put in. We've got a new shed. We've got some other creature comfort things we're going to put in. And so I hope you'll come back with us and follow this project along. We'll be sure to point out when it's a Paradiso project on the videos coming up. Kind of the last thing we're going to do back here as far as irrigation is we do have a hose link that we haven't installed yet, and so we're going to be putting that in. We're going to put it in the back part here of Paradiso, so it'll still be accessible to the middle portion of our yard and the back portion, but that's coming up real soon that we're going to get that installed.
Yeah, believe it or not, even though we've automated the irrigation, there are still times when we're going to need a hose with just, you know, a nozzle to spray some water. So the very last stage of this project is going to be installing this hose link with a hose. So we'll watch for that upcoming video. Well, I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching Ponderosa Garden Adventures.
See you next time.